If you're unfamiliar with the Kalam cosmological argument, here's a refresher. Premise 1. Everything that begins to exist has a cause. Premise 2. The universe began to exist. Conclusion. Therefore, the universe has a cause. Bill Craig spent decades working on and pushing this argument. Imagine how impressive the Kalam would be if it demonstrated what that cause was. One can imagine the universe not having a beginning and yet still having some kind of cause. But I digress. I only bring up the Kalam because it's about causal reality, which in our universe comes with some degree of causal predictability, to the extent that we can understand a given cause and its effects. That's how and why we can do science. It's why science works. Those causes lead to effects, reliably, demonstrably, repeatedly, actionably, on both the micro and macro level. If you ask a Catholic some essential theological question, she'll likely answer in a way which is incompatible with the answer you'd get from a Mormon or a Hindu. It may even be diametrically opposed. On many essential theological questions, this is the case throughout the entire religious world, even within the various denominations which make up Christianity. There is simply no consensus when it comes to God and the supernatural realm. On the other hand, you can travel all over the world speaking with people from different backgrounds, political leanings, faiths, denominations, or no religious affiliation at all, asking them questions about biology, astrophysics, engineering, chemistry, geology, etc. And if the people you're talking to are professionals or experts in those fields, you will find an astonishing degree of consensus, what we call provisionally settled science, because the people doing science have access to causal reality, which can be examined with our senses and the instruments we create to probe beyond our senses. And it doesn't matter who's probing. It requires no calling or divine appointment. It's simply a matter of training, open to all. In science, expertise matters. It gives us genuine, demonstrable answers and the kind of actionable knowledge which can cure disease, land a probe on a comet, or help you find your keys. So much better than Jesus. For Lobar Bill, the cause of everything, God, is uncaused and existed outside causal reality, outside time and space, whatever the hell that means. Although we can rest assured that existing outside causal reality also means there is no causal predictability, making God a literal non-sequitur, as the word is defined, i.e., it does not follow. Nothing follows from God. Outside of causal reality, there is no predictability, nor do we have the tools to investigate, understand, or come to any kind of consensus. Nor do things need to make sense. Listen to make-believers talking to someone with serious knowledge of the Bible. At the end of the day, they'll even agree that their God's ways seem to us barbaric and unloving. We just can't see the big picture, living in causal reality as we do, when God is outside of that. God can act without any of the causal predictability we understand and have come to know about our world because his ways are not our ways. Those believing in the supernatural believe that there is something above causal reality which governs causal reality, and in a way which is not only undetectable to us, but wouldn't make sense even if we could detect it. People get emotionally invested in such beliefs because, let's face it, causal reality is a bitch. As Benedict Shapiro would say, causal reality doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't write. It doesn't call. It never sends a winky heart face emoji. But investing your entire life in something like the supernatural, so lacking in expertise and any kind of provisional knowledge, can lead only to endless insecurity, drowned out by unwarranted conviction and ultimately enduring conflict. Because there's no resolution to be found. It's a complete lack of demonstrable knowledge married to absolute conviction. If you're looking for the path to unyielding intransigence and enmity, look no farther. This is the reason I travel lightly and limit my beliefs to a minimum, as much as possible. Whatever you can say about the supernatural world, It isn't worth the air required to say it. We simply lack the expertise to discover or even investigate that realm. Investing your life in what anyone has to say about that unknowable world is beyond unwarranted, especially when there's still so much to discover about the causal reality we know exists. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching.